Well, Keane Hunter, it's just a comic which is basically about a rich billionaire. He's the son of a billionaire who's he runs a hunting organisation, hunting myths and legends, only because they've run out of rare, endangered animals to hunt in the first place.
He's a bit of an arse, really, Keane. He's just a spoilt rich kid who's kind of trying to focus, trying to get the attention of his father, who's ill and he doesn't know why, and but he's doing it in a very strange way, really. He's just a bit of a dick.
He's got the kind of, what you'd expect from James Bond is that kind of cool, calm collectedness, basically, of that standard British guy in a suit. He's got talent beyond belief. But with Keane Hunter, he's that, like, the kind of the realistic James Bond. Like, James Bond wouldn't be someone you'd actually want to hang out with. And that's what Keane Hunter is. He's this billionaire with all these talents, and he's not the most welcoming of people, really. But I mean, the Batman.
And the Batman thing is that, you know, he's come from a very privileged sort of background, and you know, almost his father figure is kind of absent to a certain extent because of this, you know, this accident. And there is a butler influence, or a butler child relationship going on throughout it, but it's not quite. It's not a happy one, really. Keane is just he's very unfair towards Morley, and he abuses him in sort of verbally in lots of ways, and is not sort of appreciative of his sort of action. Where sort of Bruce Wayne would be.
Relies on him, essentially.
Yeah, relies on it. Like, I think Keane does rely on him, but
doesn't realise.
He doesn't want to admit that he does, and wouldn't ever, for an instant, sort of say thank you, and, you know, thank you for what you've done for me, or whatever. He's just
taking the charm out of the Bruce Wayne character,
absolutely.
essentially. Yeah. The artwork style it's really kind of like a nod to the old school, because there's so many comics nowadays that have tons of different styles, trying to almost outdo each other, basically. The artwork style we're going for, you can't mistake it. It's comic book art in its sort of finest form, basically, and that's what we want to kind of nod to, because like comics years ago used to have that kind of really sort of thick ink lines and things like that, and you would be some guy hunting a monster, or, you know, fighting against aliens. And it was this idea of kind of having a modernised version of that golden age of comics, basically. And this is where Matthias, who's the artist we found in Sweden, who's absolutely incredible. He nails that, mainly from his concept artwork in computer games, basically. He's honed down that technique and style of thick ink lines and make everything look bold and big.
Adventurous, you know, in each panel there's lots of detail, and you find yourself sort of being absorbed and realising that world a bit.
He does all that kind of old school techniques of, like, you have a picture of something. Nowadays comics is very all straight, but he goes with like the old school kind of tilting angles, and like the old Batman comics of the 60s and 70s and stuff, just giving it that retro kind of feel, I suppose. Well, we've got Matthias, obviously the artist from Sweden, but we've got a colourist, a guy called Simon Goff, who's basically an absolutely incredible colourist. Works for IDW at the moment on various titles. I think the last big thing he worked on was Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe spin-off comic, basically. But his talents are second to none at the moment, as far as I can see. Matthias does like the nice black and white ink line work and that, and Simon just adds a whole new level to pictures, making it just a huge art piece, as opposed to just like what you look at as flat colours of a comic. He makes everything deep. Yeah, he has everything suddenly has feel and tone and things like this to it, and that's exactly what Simon knows how to do, like the back of his hand, basically. It's unbelievable. To sort of lucky to have someone like Simon on our team, essentially.